Not
It's a
according to
pro
the
wave for Congress.
NewsXC voter figures, which show you're going down -2% compared to the last time round. It's actually the JDS gaining 1 or 2%. It's Yedurappa's new party gaining 7%. That's where the gains are going. Both the BJP and the Congress are going down in terms of vote share, Manak.
No, no, C voter might have had the mood of the state, and in the ground, the real thing which is happening is in favor of Congress, and there is people are fed up with the JDS as well as the BJP's rule for the past 8 years in Karnataka, and they had been suffering. Karnataka has gone backwards,
right?
And Karnataka has to be back on track. Means they have to. They believe that Congress can only bring back Karnataka to back on track.
All right, all right. Like we mentioned earlier, of course, this was a comprehensive poll, of course. In Jan 2013, of course, the Congress was in fact +2 at 37%. In Feb, it went down to 35%. In March, 34%, and then finally 33% in April. Rajiv Gowda of the Congress, why has this happened over the last 4 months? In Jan, of course, it was a wave in favor of the Congress, but 4 months later, it seems to be a wave that has come down for the Congress, and the Congress is now at -2.
Actually, I don't think these marginal changes matter. I think what you need to look at is the fact that the Congress has the highest number in terms of support, and in these kinds of elections, that's what will translate into seats. So these numbers, whether there's a 1 or 2% shift this way or that way, will not affect the Congress. You are going to see a Congress sweep based on these numbers that the C-Voter survey has actually
all right, Rajiv, I believe you have to go now, so thanks very much for joining us. Vinod, let me ask you, I mean, the Congress may be playing down the fact that according to opinion poll, they're going down by 2 percentage points, but whatever the figures here or there, what it does seem to indicate is that the BJP may be going down, but there's no wave in favor of the Congress.
You see, the only logical, explanation I have for your figures, again I say that, presuming your figures are right, is that the ticket distribution has not been wise.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, in this short span, there is no reason why a party which is 3+ should go -2. This could be one reason that they have not given good candidates, and that is where their vote share has come down. But still, even with -2% votes compared to previous election, which was 35%, if I'm not wrong, they get a clean majority, 113 in a house of 224.
Right.
So I think that if there too,
but as
there are questions. There are many people.
Like the Congress is moving it by default rather than
I don't know whether it is
the
default.
back of a wave.
No, if they are going to form a government on their own strength, then it's going to be a major achievement for them.
Right.
According to my information, and I have been talking to people in Karnataka, that they feel that the Congress should get about 90 to 100 seats. I mean, that's what they feel. Now, I may be wrong, and you may be right, or you may be wrong and I may be right. But that seems to be the situation. Congress indeed is the single largest party as of today.
You're saying the Congress itself expects between 90 and 100?
No, I'm not saying Congress itself. I said people on the ground in Karnataka. And I mean, one keeps on talking to them. And they feel that Congress will get anything between 80 to 100.
Right.
Now, I do not know what is the reality. But if the Congress gets a majority of its own, it's going to be a big, big boost for them.
Right.
And your survey says that they are getting a majority of their own, despite the decline in the vote share.
According to your figures, then Yediyurappa and Kumaraswamy still can play a very crucial role in Karnataka.
You said Yediyurappa is playing for that role. Actually, TR said that Yediyurappa is playing for that role. Look, this state has seen small players with big ambitions. And that has been the bane of Karnataka politics. That was also the bane of Goa politics. That has been the bane of many states where the verdict has been split and fractured. Now, there is a positive trend as I see it. Narendra Modi has got a complete majority. Jayalalitha got it. Akhilesh Yadav got it. This Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, BJP got it there. Though wafer thin, Rajasthan Congress got it last time. So in the states, they are getting complete majority, and that is why they are shining in contrast with the performance of the government at the center. because it is the government at the center which is skating on thin ice because of the numbers.
Right.
The governments in the states are not skating on thin ice, and if they are not performing in states, then they are really bad.
Right.
And I personally feel that it's a bad comparison to compare a state government with a central government which is standing on crutches.
All right. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's now look at the figures for the Janata Dal Secular as well. Danish Ali from the JDS. In 2008, in the last Karnataka election, your party had 19% vote share. Now we are projecting you get 20%. It's a plus of only 1%. Why does it look like your party is failing to expand its base in the state?
Our party has expanded the base. And I think you must go to your own surveys of all the opinion polls in 2004, where all the opinion polls have shown BJP and Congress, others 10 to 12. Within that others we have to see with the microscope whether 2 seats or 4 seats. But when the results came out, we were 58 and Congress was just 65. And BJP was 79.
Yeah, but
so I don't believe
Danish,
these opinion
you're saying the
polls
JDS has been expanding its base.
Jujar,
Where have you expanded your base the last 5 years? Because as far as we know, your party has virtually no presence in 60% of the
Please
state.
give me the chance.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Please give me the chance. I am waiting, hearing you all the debate from last one hour.
Go ahead.
Not giving the chance at all.
No, go ahead.
See, you must realize. I will talk to you on 8th when the results will come. JDS will be the single largest party. Will be the forming the government. You don't be in the fool's paradise with these people, these surveys. We have
but
seen.
But Danish, my question is, where are your extra votes coming from?
What projection you are going to?
But where's it coming from? See, you've been focusing so much on farmers. Even your manifesto is full of sops for farmers. You know, you're forgetting that Karnataka is rapidly, urbanizing. You seem to have failed to address that constituency. Where are your extra votes coming from?
People are going to vote us. Your opinion polls, sitting in the studios are not going to vote us. People of Karnataka are going to vote us. Today, the water is a problem. The Congress leader was saying that there is a wave in favor of Congress in Mandya. People of Mandya, people of old Mysore region are going to beat both these BJP and Congress leaders who have dished the Karnataka on Kaveri issue.
And what about the other regions?
Tamil Nadu politics.
What about the other regions? What about North Karnataka? What about Bangalore city?
Bangalore city, people of Karnataka, people of Bangalore are not getting the water. They have to pay 10 rupees, 20 rupees. The Kaveri water, we don't have the drinking water here in Bangalore.
Yeah, but you know...
It will be just like Shining India.
Oh, Danish, a lot of people in Karnataka say the other big problem with your party, the JDS, Danish, is that you're a family party. HD Devagowda, HD Kumaraswamy, and so you're not able to attract big, strong leaders because you have father and son who are dominating your party. It's a family party.
In spite of that, Kumaraswamy is the most popular leader in the state.
But why have you failed to attract other strong leaders into your party? How many big leaders have you roped into your party in the last few years?
No, there are a lot of big leaders at the constituency level, at the district level.
That's what I'm saying.
They have the potential leaders.
Ajit Sahi has a question for you. Go ahead, Ajit.
So my question is that the JDS, the Janata Dal Secular, it won 58 seats in 2004 and it came down to 28 seats in 2008. On what basis do you say that Kumaraswamy is the most popular leader, and that on what basis do you fancy your chances?
He has performed in last 5 years, where as a chief minister he performed, and in last 5 years he has performed as an opposition leader. In 2008, there was a campaign on the issue that we have betrayed.
Can you tell us, Danish, why did Janata Dal Secular...
I am coming to that.
So why did you lose seats? It was a massive fall from 58 to 28, half, exactly half.
Brother, please give me a chance. I am coming to that. there was a sentimental issue that people of Karnataka thought that Kumar, we have not transferred the power to Yediyurappa, to BJP. And today people of Karnataka has realized that we were correct. We were correct. We knew that Yediyurappa is going to loot this state. And we have all made that point today. The people have realized that Kumaraswamy was ready, that not giving power to him. On that sentimental issue, we were defeated and BJP came to power. Now,
well, if you want to talk about that, you made a pact.
The corruption in Karnataka,
this is part of history, but you made a pact with the BJP and you ruled for 20 months, and after that you were supposed to hand over power, but your lust for power was so high that you absolutely went back on a promise that you had made. Why should the people of Karnataka trust you? They have seen you turn your back on a promise that you had made yourself.
They have already punished us. They have already punished us. And now they have realized
so you are accepting you've been unreliable.
Not handing over power to
So you're accepting that your party was unreliable and unfaithful to the BJP.
We have proved ourselves. And we have struggled in last 5 years.
But Danish,
it was
are you
only
therefore
JDS,
accepting your
not
party acted in bad faith against the BJP?
No.
5 years ago.
Pardon?
Therefore, are you accepting your party acted in bad faith against the BJP 5 years ago?
No, see, I am accepting that.
You're accepting that.
I am accepting that.
Okay.
And people have punished. What I am accepting. Don't put your words in my mouth.
Okay.
Please wait.
Now, how do we interpret
we
that?
Proved our
Is
point.
the JDS
Not
warming up to the
we
BJP?
Proved our point. Why we? Why?
Hold on. Sudhanshu Mittal, leader of the BJP, also now joins us. Sudhanshu, that's interesting. I know you're smiling over there. Danish Ali of the JDS is accepting 5 years ago that the JDS was unfaithful to you. Okay, how do you interpret that? Perhaps are you sniffing a window of opportunity here after the results come out next month?
I'm grateful to him for having accepted this because all along they kept accusing us of treachery and betrayal. So at least finally the truth is out and we stand vindicated. Thank you so much. I'm not too sure that after this acceptance what will happen to him in his own party. Now I'll move on from here. Let us look at what you have projected till now. You have said Congress has a -2% than what they had last time. We have a -7 and there is 7% vote which has gone to Yediyurappa's party. If this fact is to be taken as it is an indication that A, there is no anti-incumbency. Because if there was an anti-incumbency, first thing should have happened was Congress's vote share should have gone up, which has not happened. Secondly, in our case, the damage to BJP's prospects according to your survey is primarily out of the split of vote due to the Yediyurappa factor. There is one more interesting fact that 52% of people are aspiring to have a single party rule. They want a very clear mandate to a political party. Given these three facts, the way I am looking at it, while the elections get matured, in terms of the next few days, when people will start making their mind, they will realize that Yediyurappa's sole purpose is to be a vote Katu party and nothing beyond. Because he enjoys very little support and all he's trying to do is to damage the prospects of BJP. Given the political scenario in the country where people are fed up with be it price rise or corruption or malgovernance, and given the good record of BJP in terms of governance, I am of the opinion that the moment this entire scenario gets crystallized, the vote Katu capacity of Yediyurappa will decline rapidly. And the vote which we are losing to Yediyurappa right now will be back in our folds. We must also remember that in 2008, last time,
I think you raised an important point, and let me put this to KG Suresh. One minute, I want to put the point you put. No, 1 second. One second, Sudhanshu.
More seats than the Congress.
Yeah, Sudhanshu, we'll just come back to you. Suresh, just want to ask you. what Sudhanshu is suggesting is that, look, the only major difference in 2008 and now is the Yedurappa factor. BJP, according to a survey, is going -7. Yedurappa is going +7. Is this a one-factor election this time in Karnataka?
No, I don't think it's just Yedurappa.
Yeah.
You see, BJP's victory was not alone due to Yedurappa alone. There was a combination of factors.
Yeah.
And that included, one, as earlier pointed out, there was a perception that JDS had betrayed the party, and there was a sympathy, which Mr. Yedurappa sought to encash. Secondly, you had powerful barons like, the mining barons like Janardhan Reddy and others who were totally supporting. You had people like the Bangalore-Mysore infrastructure corridor, you had Ashok Kheni and those people who were supporting. So it was a combination of capital, it was a combination of caste which helped. Now, if I agree that it is not going to be totally anti-incumbency per se. It is because these factors which brought BJP to power have now got scattered. So you don't have Janardhan Reddy anymore with them, you don't have Yedurappa along with them. The Lingayat vote has got divided. I mean, with the majority going with Yedurappa, you have Jagdish Shettar, who is also having his own, little constituency. So I think that these factors would contribute to BJP's downfall rather than an anti-incumbency per se.
Okay. One final question in this particular section, Mr. Ramachandran. Let's just quickly talk about Yedurappa's party, the KJP. Now, he's gaining 7%. How much you think that this is basically the Lingayat vote, North Karnataka, maybe a few other places, and he's unable to cut into other areas, Bangalore, for instance? And why do you believe that's the case?
Okay, let's understand one thing very clearly. Both the Lingayats and the vocal Lingayats have a very significant role to play in respect of whoever comes to power in Karnataka. Normally, if they support a candidate, they go whole hog for that candidate and the party that that candidate represents.
Right.
Last time it happened to be the BJP. At the end of the day, this time, the Lingayats are very upset and they are not going to go en bloc to anyone. So the vote is going to be split 3 ways. And if the vote is split 3 ways, the advantage will obviously go to the Congress party and another party in the fray. So at the end of the day, I think we need to understand that the entire political scene has undergone a transformation in Karnataka. So it is not just Lingayats concentrating on one particular individual, and I think the leadership in all the groups and parties has weakened. So that is where another problem which has arisen. So if the BJP claims that it has no incumbency, I think somewhere along the line it is paying a price for the rule that it has had over the last 5 years.
All right, okay. Now we've talked about how the different parties are going to fare in Karnataka in terms of vote share. Let's go to the next chunk of graphics. Frank has them with him. Frank, what have you got for us?
Well, we'll look at the seat share first and then we'll look at the overall seats as well. Let's bring up those numbers for you right now. Of course, in 2008, of course, the BJP got 110 seats, the Congress 80, JDS 28, and of course, there were several other parties which got a few seats as well. Independents, of course, were at 6 back then. The BJP, of course, in April 2013 are set to get 53 seats, minus 58 there, of course, is the percentage. 115 to the Congress, which is a plus 38. 39 to the JDS, which is a plus 7. And of course, the KJP is set to get 9 seats, of course, and that is a percentage jump of 12%. Let's also bring up those final figures for you right now, of course, and take a look at the final figures as well, and look at the projected seat range as far as the polls in Karnataka are concerned. Of course, this is the projected seat range. Of course, the BJP is expected to get between 49 and 57. The Congress 111 to 119. JDS 36 to 42. Of course, the JDS there seems to be gaining significantly. At least 10 seats is what they are gaining, of course, from 2008. And the KJP will get 7 to 11 seats, and others, of course, 6 to 10. So a clear-cut majority as far as the Congress is concerned. Marika Tagore, of course, this certainly seems to be good news as far as the Congress is concerned. You certainly will have a smile on your face now.
Yeah, it has captured the mood of the people, and you had the calculation of how the seats projected and others. In the ground, it is much more bigger. For example, in these areas where it is the JDS and the Congress are the main contenders in the southern part of Karnataka, Mysore, Mandya, these areas, there is a great wave in favor of Congress, and therefore the seats will increase, as I was
but the real problem for the Congress right now, the real problem, we projected the figures on our screens, the real problem for you now is who the chief ministerial candidate is going to be. There's going to be a lot of infighting now. There was a lot of infighting during seat distribution. SM Krishna was sidelined, several other places, of course, in the Mandya belt too, there were several prominent leaders who were sidelined. Who's going to be your chief ministerial candidate if you win?
No, the thing is very simple. Congress system is very simple, that the MLAs will meet, and then the consultation with the AICC and the Congress president will decide about the chief minister. Chief minister is not a problem. Chief minister is going to be from the Congress only, and we have to understand that there is no confusion regarding to the senior leaders. Everybody wants to get rid of the corrupt BJP government in Karnataka. Therefore,
and everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's also another problem. Everybody wants a piece of the pie.
No, everybody can, but the thing is very simple, is that we need to win, and this is a very, very, very important election for Congress, and every senior leader as well as the worker understands that this is a very important election for us, and people are ready to vote us, and we need to just work together to get that things, and your survey has understood that mood of the people, and it might be before 1 week, and now there is around 15 days to go.
What our survey said over here, let me put this to Ajit Sahi. Ajit, what our survey saying, the Congress will get 115 out of 225, remembering the half is 113, so they get a majority, but only just by 2 seats.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, it's very interesting. If you look at the numbers over the last 4 Karnataka Assembly elections, since 1999, which the Congress won absolutely handsomely, winning 132 seats, and then 2004 and 2008, and those are the last 3 elections, and now we are looking at the elections in another 15 days. The very interesting thing is the Congress vote share in both 2004 and 2008 was constant, around 35%. And yet its seats went down from 65 to 58. In fact, the very interesting thing is in 2008, the BJP had a lower vote share than the Congress party. Still, it got 110 seats, and the Congress got only 58. So obviously there is such a thing as, you know, the spread of the vote, and even though the Congress had a higher vote share than the BJP the last time, this time, absolutely because Yediyurappa factor has now come in, the whole field is very, very different. See, my worry for the BJP would be, you know, if I were to counsel the BJP, I would say that they might be looking at a long winter, as the BJP has been seeing since 1999 in Maharashtra, because their vote share has been going up since 1999, and the number of seats have been going up since 2004.
I believe Sudhanshu Mittal from the BJP wants to come in. Sudhanshu, the fact is, your party we're projecting is going down from 110 seats in 2008 to 53 now, a loss of a massive 58 seats on account principally of B.S. Yediyurappa, but I suppose you knew that was coming.
I would have really appreciated in case you would have clarified as to what is the number of seats one party is winning in which region. You see, Karnataka is primarily divided in 6 regions. BJP is very strong in North Karnataka, it's very strong in Central Karnataka, it was very strong in, I would say, Bangalore region. Now, I really would have wanted to know how is BJP performing in which region?
Okay,
you see, that would have given a correct analysis and perspective.
My colleague Frank, has some details on that. Frank, what details do we have, and how the votes are panning out, seats are panning out in terms of regions?
Let's first pull up the Karnataka map on our screens right now and take a look at where possibly, of course, the BJP can lose out. The BJP will most probably lose out in the coastal area and the coastal belt. If you go by what happened in the urban local body elections.
We just had 12 last time, yeah.
If you look at the urban local body elections, of course, this is where the BJP, of course, has lost out, and this is the region where they'll probably lose out also, because let's not forget, after the BJP came into power, we had the 2008 church attacks. You had the rave parties at St. Mary's Island, of course, which is one of the Christian-dominated places there, and a religious place where rave parties were attended by some of the BJP leaders as well. So that's why they're going to lose out in coastal Karnataka. In northern Karnataka, of course, the districts of Raichur, Bijapur, Gulbarga, and Belgaum, and all these areas, of course, let's not forget, this is a Lingayat-dominated area. This is where Yediyurappa's KJP is going to come into the picture, and Yediyurappa's KJP might not get too many seats, but what's going to happen here is that the KJP is going to eat up into the BJP's vote share, and Jagdish Shettar's hard work is not going to pay off for him because of that. And then you come down to central Karnataka, and then you have the Bellary region, and there is going to be a three-way split as far as the Bellary region is concerned, because you have votes that will be split between Janardhan Reddy's close aides party, that is Sriramulu's BSR Congress, and then you have Yediyurappa's KJP as well, and also you have the BJP. So there's going to be a three-way split there, and then you have the Malnad region, which is Chikmagalur, Hassan, and Kodagu, as well as Shimoga, and that's where Yediyurappa is certainly going to make gains, because he hails from Shimoga, that is Shikaripura, of course. Sudhanshu, now I hope that, of course, answers your question.
No, not at all, not at all. This is, I mean, it's so vague and it's so general. Look, these are specific regions with specific number of seats. I mean, what was being discussed and stated is far from truth. I mean, I'm really surprised. You know,
yeah. Ajit wants to counter that. Ajit wants to counter you.
We don't even exist in southern Karnataka.
Ajit wants to counter you.
We don't even exist. We just had 7.
Mr. Mittal, as you know, opinion polls are conducted on the basis of samples. Okay, this is not
I understand.
an
Please,
opinion.
please allow me. I understand. I understand.
So then obviously you will not get a breakup, and still opinion polls are fairly accurate many a time.
I would appreciate. I would really appreciate if you can tell me what was the sample size. I was told that you have gone to all the 224 constituencies. Very good. What was your sample size?
Over 15,000 people were interviewed.
So let us understand how.
Over 15,000 people were interviewed by Sea Water, and that's how we got about this. That's how we came to these figures. 224.
And let me tell you, Mr. Mittal, 15,000, as you would know, is a very large number for an opinion poll. 15,000. Normally, opinion polls, nationwide opinion polls, take about 1,500 votes, such as in president,
and Sudhanshu,
the US presidential elections.
This is a comprehensive poll. I'll say so because the survey has been going on for 4 whole months. We started in Jan, or Seawater started in Jan. We have numbers for Jan, we have numbers for Feb, March, and then finally April.
Just tell me, what is going to be the status of BJP in North Karnataka? You see, our largest, according to your projections, if you interpolate the findings, how many seats are you giving to BJP in North Karnataka? Because that's the most critical area for BJP. And how many seats are you giving to Yediyurappa's party, and how many seats are you giving to Congress? Let's understand, so that I will then explain.
Why don't we ask him how
whether I see a flaw in this,
why doesn't he tell us?
I want to come in
No,
here.
why doesn't he tell us? Why doesn't the BJP tell us what are the numbers they are giving themselves?
Okay, before we go forward, let's just clarify over here. This is a statewide Karnataka poll, but Sudhanshu, we cannot give you individual projections for the different regions. We can talk about factors, but we can't give you individual projections, and we don't want to say that we can, because that would be unfair. I think Danish Ali wants to come and come in JDS.
Come for a minute, I have to leave it.
Yeah, Danish, go ahead.
If you don't have that,
yeah.
Now let's debate this itself.
One second, because
these opinion polls.
Yeah.
Because I have to leave it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This opinion poll. Yeah. This opinion poll polls are made just to mislead the people, and you have not corrected yourself from last time also.
Danish, been there, done that. This is all very old argument.
When you were bringing NDA back to power, when in 2004 you have predicted JDS is wiped out and we bounced back.
How many times in the last 5 elections have you predicted that your party will come to power, and how many times did you get it right? How many times in the last 5 elections did you predict
Yes,
that
yes,
JDS would be the #1 party? And how many times have you been the #1 party in Karnataka?
No, I
You
have
tell
not,
me.
I have not, I have not.
Ah.
I have
You are
not
predicting
projected.
even now
I
you'll be
have
the
not
#1
projected,
party.
But this,
And I'll talk to you on
Well
the 8th of
said,
May when
very
the
well
results
said.
come
yes,
out.
yes, we will, you will.
Yeah.
But definitely your opinion poll is going to be wrong when on 8th of this month when the results are
Next
going
month.
to be out.
I'll tell you,
What
Danish.
number you have shown?
Danish,
At least
let's
minimum,
talk about your
minimum.
party right now. Let's talk about the prediction of your party. Your party is going to get, we are projecting, Frank, I believe 39 seats. 36 to 42, right. Okay, so you're gaining 7 seats. Now my question to you is that if the Congress was to fail to get a majority on its own, would you be open to supporting the Congress in forming the next government in
मानेंगे
Karnataka?
नहीं, वो बोलेगा हम ही आएंगे पावर में.
See, when you have already projected Congress is getting the majority.
No,
and you yourself
no,
is saying
that is why I
that
use the
people of
word,
Karnataka
that is
want
why
one
Danish I
party.
use, look,
So
look,
where this question arises?
I'll tell you why the question is arising.
there is a hung assembly?
I'll tell you, Danish, look, #1, we are projecting the Congress will get 115. That is 2 seats more than the halfway mark. There is a margin of error of around 3% plus or minus. Therefore, I'm saying that if the Congress was not to get a majority, would your party, the JDS, be open to supporting the Congress in Karnataka?
I am saying that Janata Dal Secular will bring on its own the majority to give the
get
service
real.
to the people of Karnataka
let's
under
get
the
real.
leadership of Mr. Kumaraswamy.
Where are you going to
Mr.
get these seats
Kumaraswamy will
from?
be the chief minister on
Let's
its own.
get real, Danish.
JDS will get the majority.
Where from? Where are you going to get the gains from?
Danishka, come on. I mean, either we talk
People of
realistically.
Karnataka are going to vote us. People of Karnataka are going to vote us. They have seen that how the Congress and BJP has betrayed the people on Kaveri issue. They have seen
Danish, I have a
that the
simple
BJP was
question.
looting
Danish,
the state.
Danish,
The Congress leaders were sitting quietly.
Danish, if you have a dream to be the #1 party, good luck. We hope your dreams are fulfilled. My question is different. If you were not to be
Can
the
I say
#1
something?
party, if you were not to be the
Thank you,
#1
thank you.
party, if you were not to be the #1 party, would you be open to supporting the Congress?
No, we are going to be the #1 party. There is no question of
my question is,
supporting any
if
party.
you
We will
don't
be the
make
#1
it,
party.
will you be open to supporting the Congress? Huh. Why are you not answering the question?
From where this question arises? From where this question arises? We will get
It
the majority
arises
on
from
our own.
it
And I will
arises from
prove
our
your
opinion poll. It
wrong
arises
on
from our
8th
opinion
of-
poll
8th
figures.
of this month on your channel.
Okay.
I will come on 8th and prove your opinion
allow me
poll
to say
wrong.
something, please.
Let's
GVL.
let's take a reaction from GVL. GVL, you've been raising your hand. We understand that you want to come into the debate. Go ahead.
You see, I think when you say this poll was conducted over 4 months, I think that really worries me because in a situation of where the electoral situation changes from week to week, so a poll conducted over 3-4 month period would really lose its relevance. So the point that I'm trying to make is, you see the Yediyurappa
correction
split
of error.
happened within this period.
The poll has been updated every month.
Yes.
It is not that the poll was taken over the period of 4 months. There was a poll taken in January, another poll taken in February,
You have not
another
said-
one in March, another one in April. We're only comparing the 4 polls over here.
And you might as
Okay,
well
you've
add
not said that.
your
You've
poll,
not
News
clarified.
poll,
I'm
Okay, now-
clarifying that
Jujhar,
now.
Jujhar,
No,
you might
the
as
other
well tell
point-
Mr.
but
Rao
I'm- the
that
other
your
point
poll
is-
for
the-
Gujarat
the-
turned out absolutely right. It was the best poll among all news organizations, the
Right.
Gujarat poll.
Thank you. So let me say,
Sir, can I say something, please?
this
1
Karnataka
minute, Siddharth.
situation
Yeah.
is in a flux. Is in a flux. Let me also technically explain your poll. You are predicting 27% for the BJP and 33% for the Congress, right? So assuming your 3% margin of error, you are in favor of the Congress, there would be a dead heat. Then it would be 30%.
No, but this is a
tied for both
five-party.
BJP
I mean,
and
look
Congress.
at
But
Uttar
don't
Pradesh.
don't forget that the
What is
KJP is also a part
No,
of this,
and
the
look at
KJP
Uttar
is going
Pradesh
to
when
eat
there are more than
into the
3
BJP's
parties.
share.
Look at Uttar Pradesh. I mean, the difference between Mayawati's and Samajwadi Party's vote share was only 3%, whereas the seats, the difference between
Fine.
seats was more than double.
No, I'm explaining you the technical meaning of 3% margin of error. 3% margin of error for BJP would mean it can go up on the higher side to 30%.
But the difference between
And
the
on the
projected
lower
difference-
side for Congress, it can be 30%.
That is true, but the projected difference between the BJP's vote share and the Congress vote share, 27% and 33%, is beyond the 3% margin of error. It is 6%.
No, it's not.
In
It's
the
not.
poll that they have done,
There was an
in the
error.
poll that NewsX has done, it shows the BJP at 27% and the Congress at 33%. So the difference is 6%, which is double
I
than the
understand,
margin
I
of error of
understand,
3%.
No, that's enough. You see, if it was a two-party race, if you have shifted 3 votes from BJP to the Congress, it would actually mean a gap of 6%. So please bear this out. Please do examine.
So what
the
he's saying
Karnataka
is a 3%
It is in a
margin of
flux.
error in favor of the
of-
BJP
yes.
and a 3% margin of error
Against
against the
the
Congress.
Congress.
So he's still talking about a 6%.
let's
Technically,
It
bring
doesn't
Manika
work like
Tagore
that.
as
No,
well
no,
into
no.
the picture,
It
of
doesn't
course.
work like that. He's a
He's
psychologist.
been quiet
He
for a
should know
while.
it doesn't work like that.
Technically, that is correct.
Manika Tagore, of course, given the scenario where the Congress falls short maybe by 4 or 5 seats, and you fall short of the majority mark by around 6 seats, say 106, you end up at, are you open for an alliance with maybe the KJP, or for that matter, maybe even the JDS? Probably you'd go with the KJP because the KJP with 9 seats will give you that majority.
No, not at all. It is not. It's a simple thing that it's a pro-wave of the Congress, and it's a four-party four-cornered contest, and in this four-cornered contest, always this kind of results will show a sweep for a party which is leading, and Congress is heading for a landslide victory there, and
that's a
therefore
very
there is
valid
no
point.
question of having any coalition after the elections. I don't see, because I'm in the ground and I can understand that how the wave is being
Such
there,
big
and there is a utter
Such
anger
big
on
words do not
BJP.
suit the
Utter
Congress.
anger on BJP. BJP is living in a different world, and North Karnataka, they are saying that what about North Karnataka, what about
Okay,
North
I'll
Karnataka,
tell you
North
what,
Karnataka, you can see
let's
the
look
end
at
of BJP itself.
Let's look at BS
First of them,
Yediyurappa's world as
because
well.
they are trying to
Jagdish-
communalize the state of Karnataka, which is a peace-loving
Manik,
state.
Manik, we come back to you. Jagdish Shettigar. Let's look at BS Yediyurappa's KGP party. According to our opinion poll, they're getting 9 seats out of 225. Now, he's blowing the BJP, but not exactly making a hero out of himself.
No, that is why in the beginning itself I said that this exactly is the strategy of the Congress party through CBI, because Yediyurappa was compelled to float his own party to cut the vote base of the BJP. The earlier they compelled Sri Ramulu to form his own party, that is the cutting the Dalit vote base.
Right.
So whether this would benefit the Congress or that is yet to be seen, but now as per your poll result is concerned, it looks like it is paying a dividend to the Congress party.
Okay.
Now, but having said that, I mean, if that happens, I think it is an unfortunate thing, because if you look at all the results to put together, because in the beginning you pointed out that the 53% of the people prefer the single party. But at the same time, you said that the BJP was favored by 10% and the Congress 23%. It means that the people, while they prefer the single party, still they are not comfortable with the existing options available. Now, if they elect one of the party, maybe because of your electoral arithmetic, it is purely because of the lack of option available to the people. So that indicates that the people are looking for a new alternative, which, I mean, who are the good, the people who are, interested in forming with the different political culture.
Okay.
I think they will find a space soon.
Tujar, what's interesting to note is that, Yediyurappa, when he walked out of the BJP, he very clearly said that I'm going to bring down the BJP eventually. And according to our polls, of course, it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen as far as the BJP is concerned. Sudhanshu Mittal, of course, should you have treated Yediyurappa in a far better manner than you actually did before he walked out of the BJP? Should you have kept him under your wing and taken care of him, and probably the BJP could have come back to power now?
They couldn't have done that.
No, I don't think so. I think what the BJP did was right thing. See, on issues of corruption and the subsequent behaviors and the indiscipline, I think we have to draw lines somewhere. And party has done very well. So what if you lose power? Power is not the end of politics. But there has to be some principality for which you have to stand and uphold. Having said that, allow me to, having said that, let me tell you that what you are projecting here is a perception which people will also carry. They will understand that the real purpose of Yediyurappa is not to be in the power, but to ensure the downfall of BJP. And as I said, right now, given the political scenario and political climate of the country, people are not willing to accept Congress. That is the reason when they go to the poll, they will realize that Yediyurappa is going to be a vote Katu party and he will not have any dividends to offer.
But Sudhanshu, Yediyurappa obviously hopes not just to cut the BJP but be a kingmaker as well.
Allow me.
Yeah.
That is the reason why people will not vote for Yediyurappa. What split you are seeing today in terms of BJP's vote getting split between us and Yediyurappa, when people actually go to the vote, they will realize that he's only going to be a vote Katu and not a man to be reckoned with. Thus, people instead of voting for him will go for their other Lingat leader, which is the Sadanand Gowda.
Jar, I would like to ask you a question.
Ajit Sai has a question for you, Sudhanshu.
Congress away.
Go ahead.
Mr. Mittal, can you tell us what do you think?
Manak will just come to you in a minute. Ajit first.
Mr. Mittal, can you tell us what do you think will be the outcome of the May 5th elections, and if you think the BJP is going to win, can you give a number, can you project a number? And the final part of it is, why do you think the BJP will beat the anti-incumbency and win, if you think it is going to win?
See, first, as the results, your poll results show, there is no anti-incumbency. Because if there was an anti-incumbency, Congress share should have gone up. There, it has come down by 2%. Our vote has only been split between us and Yediyurappa. So the fact that there is an anti-incumbency against BJP doesn't seem to be there as far as your findings is concerned.
No,
Having
that is
said
not
that,
true. One second, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Why?
33%, one in three people say, sorry to interrupt you, 1 in 3 people say the worst state government ever is
Allow me, if you are saying this as a cephalogist, then let me explain this to you. The immediate recall factor in cephalology is a very critical factor, which means the moment you say which was a bad government, the immediate government will then say it is the bad government. 33% people said BJP. Can you imagine 24% people said Congress?
Fair enough.
For a government which lasted till only 2004.
Your point is well made.
Which
but the point is, I was just responding to your point about there is no anti-incumbency. 1 in 3. But could you please give a number?
I'm explaining to you.
Please go ahead.
That's what I'm explaining to you. When we talk about cephalogy and its extrapolations, you have to understand that there is an immediate recall factor. And in this, the immediate recall factor is BJP. So you have 33% people saying it. But imagine 24% people are remembering a government which lasted till only 2004 and saying it was bad. That is the underlying fact of the case. That is the underlying feeling in Karnataka.
What is the number that you're looking at? What do you think is the number?
What I am saying is, by the time this election crystallizes on the final day of voting, people will realize that the split of vote is going to cause them heavy. They do not want a Congress government. If they had wanted a Congress government, they would have increased the vote share of Congress. That is
10
the reason
days from now, the vote happens 10 days from now. There are only 10 days. It has crystallized. Can you give us a number?
In 10 days, a lot changes. And secondly, this poll ended on 14th of April, as I was stating earlier.
Sudhanshu, give us a number. Why don't you give us a number?
You know, since I'm not a cephalogist to right now give you the number, my own thing is we will have the largest vote share. And if we have the largest vote share, like what happened last time, we are bound to form the government.
All right, okay, I'll tell you what.
You did not have the largest vote share the last time.
We're in the last 6 or 7 minutes, so I just want to look ahead for this remaining part of the show. Manik, to go from the Congress, Frank was raising a question a little bit earlier. Just want to refocus on that. Our opinion polls suggest that your party will be just ahead of the halfway mark by 2 seats, but obviously there's a margin of error over here. if you were to fall short, who might you turn to for support? Could it be Yedurappa's party? Could it be the JDS? Could it be the independents? We are projecting that all of them might get a total of 8. Or are all options open? Manik.
Now, one thing is, first I wanted to say what my BJP friends has told about about the Congress party. It is very clear that the Yedurappa was one of those founders of those BJP party, and he is one of those people who had built that party. And the same person they are blaming in a different way, and they are saying, calling as vote cut party, and that's their business. Okay? And another thing is very important thing is that we had.
You're sounding a bit soft on Yedurappa.
One thing is that...
Is it because you might need him after...
We are not soft. We are not soft. Please hear. Please hear.
Hold on.
Please hear. What I am saying... What I am saying is very simple. It is not the CBI. It is the Lok Ayuta which found fault with the corrupt practices of Yedurappa and the BJP government, not the Congress or somebody else. It is Justice Santosh Hegde who found that false. Therefore, let us not take every time.
But you were
BJP,
saying when Yedurappa was with the BJP that he's a very corrupt man, and now you're being soft on him.
BJP leaders does not confuse the people.
Now you're being soft on
People are very clear that they are going to punish the communal BJP, and they are going to punish those corrupt people like Yedurappa, and they are going to corrupt Yedurappa is going to be punished, and we are going to see a very clear verdict for the Congress. It will be a sweep for Congress.
1 second, Manik.
Congress will sweep the election.
If the Congress was to fall short of a majority, there are 3 options, right? Depending on how many seats they need. They have B.S. Yedurappa's party, they will have the Janata Dal Secular, and they'll have the conglomeration of independents and smaller parties, okay?
What
might they be thinking?
I think JDS would be the last option.
Okay.
Having
because
burnt their fingers,
having
their burnt fingers, I don't think the Congress has yet forgiven JDS for what they did to Dharam Singh. So I think that JDS would be the last option, because if it was not the last option, even in the last election where Congress got 80 and JDS got 28 seats, and BJP had only got 110 seats. So they could have made 108 and then tried to woo the independents also.
The point over here is that JDS may have ditched the Congress in 2006, ditched the BJP off that, which makes them unreliable.
They ditched the third front also in the last election, and then they went to 10 Janpat.
But the problem for the Congress then aligning, if they need to, with B.S. Yedurappa is that he was, for the Congress, a mascot of corruption. But last 5 years.
But then it would be a tacit understanding, some kind of an external support or outside support or whatever. But they would prefer to go rather with BSR Congress, independents and others, rather than JDS, I think, would be the last option.
Jagdish.
The one point is that, I mean, having said all the corruption and all, Janardhan Reddy was been identified as a corrupt man. He has been languishing behind the bar since more than 1 year. And I am sure that the CBI has interrogated sufficiently and collected sufficient information. My question is that why Congress has not filed the case against Janardhan Reddy? What is the secret behind that?
All right.
It is not Congress, it is CBI.
Politicians make strange bedfellows.
Let us not confuse.
So why has the Congress not taken the file on Reddy brothers for grammatical corrections to the law minister?
Let us not confuse. Let us not demean an organization which has proved that.
Manik Tagore, on the coal scam, the CBI was taking instructions allegedly from the government. How come it's not doing the same? Anyway, I'll tell you what. We've got 2 minutes left. Let's not sidetrack. A couple of closing comments over here. Mr. Ramachandran.
We have to understand. Then why BJP is demanding a CBI inquiry in West Bengal?
The last comment, please.
If it is going to Congress.
Hold on. First,
Mr. Ramachandran, how important will the result in Karnataka be for the national scene, particularly the perception? If the Congress is to do well, how much might it contribute to changing the sort of negative perception against the Congress around the country?
I think whatever the result in Karnataka, it is going to be very significant in the upcoming assembly elections in several states in the Hindi heartland, and thereafter that when you approach the general elections. At the end of the day, it's not going to be something very simple in Karnataka, because there are parties there who are ruling and there are parties who are on the sidelines who are going to face a terrible axe. At the end of the day, there is no clear leader from any party where you can point a finger and say, well, you know, he could be a chief ministerial candidate. And there's not been a Dalit chief minister in the last 19 chief
Interesting that you brought up the national aspect as well. Ajit Sai, I'd like to ask you, of course, Rahul Gandhi has decided that he's going to campaign in 9 districts in Karnataka. He was nowhere to be seen in Gujarat. Narendra Modi has decided not to go to Karnataka. He's going to Karnataka just for one day on Sunday and just going to Bangalore city and coming back. So do the leaders, do the political parties already know what's going to happen, and that's why the national leaders are, taking precautions?
Well, I think we have been discussing for the last 2 hours the political dynamics of Karnataka as they exist today. And I don't quite think either Mr. Modi or Mr. Gandhi will have any significant impact on how the people are going to vote in the May 5th elections. It might be good for the ego of Mr. Rahul Gandhi that finally there will be a state where they will win power, where he has campaigned. But other than that, I don't think it will make much difference.
All right, the last 20 seconds, final word with Suresh. Suresh, if in the last 20 seconds, if the Congress was to win Karnataka, how tempted would they be to call early general elections?
I think that would hasten the general elections, and most probably they will have the general elections along with the assembly elections.
He is not like Modi who will go to the shell.
Okay, 1 minute. Last 10 seconds, Suresh, reiterate what you were saying. If the Congress wins
there
Karnataka,
is every possibility that because this is the last hope for Congress and other states, already there are indications that BJP would come back. Because of, and in Rajasthan also, they are facing anti-incumbency. There is every possibility that the next round of assembly elections would be held, or the Lok Sabha elections would be held along with the next round of assembly.
All right, this could. Okay, there's a division of view, but this possibly could be a major national implication of the results in Karnataka. There you have it.
Can I have the last word, please?
Okay, so Sudhanshu, completely run out of time. Let's sum it up over here. The NewsXC voter poll is projecting that the Congress is going to win the Karnataka election on the 5th of May. Remember, results on the 8th of May, but only by 2 seats. The BJP's first government in the south of India is going to fall principally because of B.S. Yediyurappa. From Frank and me, thank you very much to all our guests for joining us. Thank you for watching as well. Good night.